Hey guys, Luis Moreno here with 360 Insurance Group. Today we're going to talk about Healthsherpa, and we're going to call this Healthsherpa 101. And we've got Jordan with us from Healthsherpa, who's going to do a complete walkthrough on how you should set up your Healthsherpa so that you maximize it for your under 65 health insurance sales. Hey Jordan, thank you for being on the call today.
Hey, thanks for having me. Super excited to be here.
Exciting, huh? This is like the for agents, you want to make sure you're setting up your Healthsherpa quote and enrollment and even management platform. You want to have this thing set up correctly so that you maximize it. So I asked Jordan, hey man, help us out, Jordan. I've got to set up my way, but it may not be the best way. So I'm going to let you take over and kind of walk our agents through the setup process.
Great. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. So just a little background about who is Healthsherpa. If you're not familiar with what we do, we provide a better ACA marketplace experience, and we work with consumers, agents, and carriers through our cutting edge technology. And our purpose is built to maximize enrollment and help drive carrier membership. Since our founding in 2014, we've worked with over 45,000 unique agents, and we've helped over 15 million people enroll in marketplace plans. We currently represent 45% of the total ACA enrollment volume. So almost half of all ACA volume goes through our site. And we've had over 35 million shopping sessions.
And Jordan, I'm going to throw something out here real quick.
Yeah.
When ACA started back in 2014, we used to enroll directly on healthcare.gov. And it was a nightmare. You're talking about 30, 45 minutes, an hour trying to set this up. And then it would crash. And then finally, I was doing all my enrollments at nighttime. And Healthsherpa has really taken that pain of enrolling people from an hour to possibly 10 minutes at the very most. So it's an incredible quote and enrollment tool. I just wanted to say that because some agents have a memory of how it used to be back then. And it was awful, but Healthsherpa, OMG, you don't even have to go to healthcare.gov. So it's a wonderful tool.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head there. So on average, across 15 million enrollments, we actually see now the average agent, and this is not just like your seasoned agent, this is also new agents, can complete an application directly on our site in under 9 minutes. So 8.5 is our average. For renewals, they can typically complete those in 4 minutes, meaning whether you're working with an existing client of yours or a new client that previously had marketplace coverage, you can actually pull their full record into Healthsherpa, and you only have to update any section that's changed. So you don't have to fill out the whole application again. Really, the purpose here is to help save you time and be able to support as many clients as possible. And then another really cool stat that we've seen is that those that are using our EDE technology typically effectuate 2.7 times more enrollments than those that don't. So when you think about all this time that you're spending working during open enrollment and how busy it is, for any enrollment not to effectuate, that's essentially lost time and lost money for you. So being able to effectuate more is certainly a huge tool as well.
I agree. And I'll share one thing. I have a big health insurance agency. I need 9 staff to run one side of my agency. I have about the same size of an agency for health insurance. And because of Healthsherpa, I just need one person.
That's
because
awesome.
Everything is done there. Okay. Throughout the year, I need one guy to help me with ACA, where I need 9 over here to run this P&C shop. Healthsherpa has just made it so much easier. And you're right, 9 minutes, 10 minutes, God, was wonderful compared to the good old days of an hour and change.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what we talk about here on this slide. So what's unique to Healthsherpa is this technology that we have that's called Enhanced Direct Enrollment. And the way that this works is it allows you to do everything on our site. So as you mentioned, previously, you'd have to go to healthcare.gov, you would complete the full application, and then you'd route back to an entity. Or many times we hear that an agent is actually creating an account on behalf of a client and then going over to healthcare.gov, completing the application. And you're really not supposed to do that. So this enhanced direct enrollment technology again, allows you to do everything on our site. So not only does it save you time, it just makes your workflows that much more efficient and allows you to enroll more clients in the long run.
And guys, let me tell you, when you go this direct route, which you're not supposed to, but the identity proofing process for the insured, I mean, you just waste a ton of time. EDE has been a lifesaver.
Yeah. And we'll talk about how easy it is to set this up in just a second here. So when you're ready to create your account, Luis will share this link here, but you can click on this link to sign up. It's really simple. So you'll sign up for an account in less than 4 minutes would be my guess. You'll use your email address to sign up, create a password. And then these next few slides just walk you through what you should expect. So really simple, you'll put your name. If you work for a company, you would put that name in here. Your phone number, don't worry, we don't sell this information anywhere. You can select how you heard about us. And then you have a few options next. You can create a solo agent account. You can create an agency account. And this might apply if you have some agents or some folks that support you with things like document uploads or payments, or you can join an existing agency. You've got tons of flexibility here. I'll also point out that if you just create a solo agent account and at a later point in time, it needs to become an agency account or you need to join an agency, you can do that. Or if you make a mistake in this section, don't worry, you can always contact us and we can help change it to whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, I want to point a couple of things out here for agents because we got some agents that are very entrepreneurial. So when you use my link, guys, you're not joining my agency. So you're not going to be doing the third one. You're an independent agent. All that is happening is I'm just referring Healthsherpa to you. So don't think that you're going to join my agency. Okay.
Thank you.
You're going to probably be a solo agent unless on the agency side, and this is where I tell agents, look, if you're entrepreneurial and you want to get some staff to work on your behalf, you definitely want to do an agency account.
Yep. Great point.
Okay. And what that allows you to do is get your staff that are licensed and certified. It allows them to enroll, quote, and enroll people, and they utilize your NPN so that you maintain the agent of record. That is huge. That's how you can duplicate your efforts, but they must be licensed and they must be certified. Okay. So if that is your scenario, definitely do the agency. Otherwise, if it's just you, just do the solo agent account.
Great point there. And if you have questions about some of the agency tools, I know we're doing kind of a basic overview today of how to create your account. You're always welcome to reach out to Luis, myself, or the Healthsherpa agent support team, and we're happy to share resources with you. So then the next step that you'll be brought to is where you'll enter the states that you're licensed in and the carriers that you're appointed with. So one thing I like to share here is it's my preference to actually do this in the product after I've created an account. I think it's a little bit easier to do it from one screen, but you can do it from here. We will check to ensure that you're licensed in those states before allowing you to start an application or before a consumer can submit an application in a state that you may not be licensed in. So you would do this very easily here. We do not check carriers that you're appointed with. So it is very important that before you write your first application, that you update your carrier appointments. So again, if you've just created a Healthsherpa account and you want to learn more, our team is always hosting trainings. And I know Luis has a ton of resources for you as well. Just make sure that you're updating those carrier appointments.
And guys, this is definitely do not check all the boxes here for all the carriers, because you could possibly be not, you don't remember either you or maybe your staff, and they'll settle a plan and you're expecting to get comped on it and you're not going to get compensation on it. Okay. Secondly, and Jordan, I mean, maybe I'm kind of stealing a little of your thunder down the road, but you're going to have your own enrollment, personalized enrollment link. If you're sharing that and you're letting consumers self-enroll, you don't want them enrolling in plans you're not contracted with. So again, be very careful and be aware of what carriers you're choosing.
Great point. And that's a good segue into this next slide here. So Healthsherpa does provide you with what we call a marketing link when you create your account. And this is essentially a direct-to-consumer enrollment link. So it's still leveraging this great EDE technology where you could put this link in your email signature, you could put it on your social media, Basically, anyone that clicks on this link is able to see the plans available in their area. And if you're licensed in that state, they could actually do the enrollment on their own. So another great way for you to be picking up additional business and, running some additional marketing. So Healthsherpa offers a referral program. One of the CMS requirements that we have is that we are required to display all plans in a given area, regardless of your contracting appointments and the carriers that you work with. So we have an optional referral program that you can opt into if you'd like. You'll be asked this during account creation, but if you'd like to learn more about it, you could just select off and then later read more about it. But the way that this works is for any carriers that you're not appointed with, you can still work with that client and refer them to Healthsherpa. We become agent of record on that policy. You still manage the client. We're not going to contact them. We don't sell them other products. We treat them as your client. And now let's say you get contracted later in the year, you can 100% write that client as you as agent of record. We don't view that as a client that we own. This is really a way for you to make additional money with carriers that you may not be appointed with. Luis, you want to add any other context on this?
No, the only thing is if there's a carrier that your upline doesn't offer. So there are some carriers that, like, for example, I'll throw this one out. In Florida, unless you work for Florida Blue, you can't write Florida Blue. But you can refer it and they can get a referral, correct?
Correct. Yes.
But they have to be licensed in that state in order to get the referral.
That's correct. Yep.
So yeah, make sure you're licensed in that state. And if you just can't get a carrier, guys, just refer it, make a little money on it, and then it's better than not getting anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the optional referral program. The next section you'll be brought through will be asking you for your FFM username. Your FFM username is the same as your login for portal.cms.gov. If you're currently going through the FFM certification, you could just put your name as a placeholder in here and update this later. And then your NPN is your NPN. And then you'll click continue.
Jordan, you wouldn't believe, go right back, how
Sure.
agents get stuck with that FFM username. What is this? What is this? Just remember, guys, when you go certify on portal.cms.gov, it's that same username.
Yep.
Okay,
exactly.
Just remember that because agents get stuck on this. And also on your on the screen on the actual Healthsherpa thing, I think there's a little note underneath, kind of like a fine print type of stuff that says it's your login information on portal.cms.gov.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Just remember that, guys.
So again, you do have to be licensed and certified to use Healthsherpa. If you're going through that process right now and you haven't completed it, you could still put your login in here or just put your name in and update it in your settings later.
And I will point this out, guys, down below in the description. When you go and you certify, I'm going to link a PDF that I got from portal.cms, from the certification site, that will walk you through getting certified. It is not an easy website to navigate. It's a government site. You would think they would just click here to certify, but no. It is. I get agents go all over. They end up in some weird places within this site because it not only certifies you for ACA, but I think a lot of government employees use it for other stuff. So I have a walkthrough. Click on the description below, and it's a PDF you can download, and it will walk you through step by step so that you make sure you get to the right spot.
Great recommendation. Another thing that I'll point out here is Healthsherpa last year had the opportunity to support the FFM training, and I do believe we'll be working with CMS on that again this year. So when you go to complete that training, you'll see that you have either the CMS option or the Healthsherpa option. They're both the exact same content. Ours is just formatted in a slightly easier to navigate format. The benefit of using ours is you are able to get free CE credits as well. So Louisa, I'll make sure that you have some information on that you can distribute as well.
If it's easier and CE, why not?
Exactly.
Beautiful. And I'm gonna reveal my age here. I am exempt from CE. Guess how many years you have to be an agent so you don't have to do any more CE? Do you know, Jordan?
I don't know.
20 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's Texas. So after 20 years of being licensed, yeah, you don't have to do CE, but the majority of you guys will. So, hey, might as well kill two birds with one stone. So,
Yeah.
I didn't do yours last year. I was super confused. But yeah, I just we'll definitely share that with agents, and yeah, it'd be great for them to get CE.
Definitely. And I think as everybody's ramping up for open enrollment, if we want to do another session on just the FFM training, we can talk about that too.
Great. Let's do it.
All right. So the next you'll see a pop-up that says we need to perform an NIPR check. This is just confirming the states that you're licensed in. You'll agree to that and move on. And then you'll be logged into Healthsherpa. So it's really that simple. So once you've logged into your Healthsherpa account, I know I talked about EDE a few slides prior, but there are two very important steps that you need to take after you've created your account. I will point out that you do have to complete your FFM certification before you can proceed to these. So if you've completed your FFM account, your FFM certification, when you log into Healthsherpa, you'll see this Enable EDE button. So how this process works is you'll click on the button. You only have to do this one time when you create your account. And this is what connects our site directly to the marketplace. So you'll click on the button and then you'll be able to go through a couple of identity verification questions. So here's the examples here. So you'll type in your contact information, and then you'll be asked a series of questions to verify your identity. These come from CMS's identity provider. I think it's Experian. I will note that once in a while, even when you answer all of these right, they fail. So if you do fail, just contact our agent support team and they'll be able to override this for you. But once you verify your identity, you will be brought back into Healthsherpa and you will no longer see that Enable EDE button up top. Why this is important is because you can complete your applications directly on our site. If you're sharing that marketing link, any of your prospects can complete their application directly on Healthsherpa without having to do any sort of identity proofing. You can search the marketplace for any existing records. There's a ton of additional reasons to enable EDE. So please just make sure you do that once you create your account.
And I will share with you guys, and one thing, we're doing this in February, which is tax time. If you don't have your EDE set up, you don't get the 1095s.
Great point.
Okay, I'm getting hounded by people right now, and we have a fairly large book, but these people want their taxes. They, I know CMS or Marketplace mails these people these forms. They can go get them themselves, but normally what happens is, Luis, I'm sitting with my accountant. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, really? I'm trying to go to bed. They're like, no, I need my 1095. Can you get it for me? I'm like, it used to be a nightmare to go get them. Now I'm like, give me a minute. Click, click, click. I find them. I scroll down a little bit. There's the form. I click it. It's a PDF. I save it, and then I email it to them. I look like a hero. Super easy. So yeah, another reason why you want that EDE.
Yeah, and you can access any of these documents, including eligibility letters, the 1095A forms, really anything that the marketplace sends out, you have access to right from within Healthsherpa. So it also just helps you because now you don't have to save all of this information on your computer, keep track of it. A client calls you, you just look up their name in Healthsherpa, you can pull up the document and send it from there. It's that easy. So the second step that you need to be aware of is authenticating your Healthsherpa account with CMS. So this is something new that launched in September of last year, and this is required for any EDE partner to have. So you can think of this as almost a two-factor authentication with the portal.cms.gov website. So when you create your account, you'll be prompted to do this. I will share that you are required to do this once per month, but it is really simple. So in Healthsherpa, if it hasn't been integrated, you will be prompted to do it. So this screenshot here is looking at the settings page of your account after it's been created, and you would see a button that says integrate my account. If you click on this button, it redirects you to portal.cms.gov. You log in. When you log in, for me, I get a code sent to my email. I think you have the option to do either email over there or text message, but it sends a code to my email. I type in that code, and then what it'll do is it will redirect you back to Healthsherpa, and it's done.
Yep.
So it's that simple. Go ahead, Luis.
Takes about a minute.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got FAQs linked in this presentation, which will be shared with you, but you do have to do this each month. If it expires, don't worry, the system will prompt you to redo it. So this is essentially connecting Healthsherpa over to your FFM account, and then just keeping the two connected. All right. And that's it.
All right, so we're good, guys. All right, so if you haven't set up your Healthsherpa, make sure you're utilizing it, guys. It is my preferred quote enrollment and management tool. Guys, I have it on my iPad. I can pull it up on my iPhone. It is a great tool. Again, if you don't have it, get it. Use my link. And even if you don't use my link, no big deal. Just go to healthsherpa.com and just set up your own account. Okay. You're going to own your book. It is beautiful. There's one question I want to address because I do get this from agents. It's like, are they going to take my clients? And I'm like, no, you're the agent of record. You don't have to worry about that. Some agents are very they want to corner they're afraid that their data or their clients are going to get stolen. Guys, I've never seen that happen. There were issues back in 2014, but and there wasn't that issue. There was a few NPNs that wouldn't show up sometimes, but all that now this thing runs beautifully. So you're definitely going to want to get Healthsherpa, guys. So thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it. Guys, put some comments down below. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. We've got more videos coming your way. And then on the description, I will have all these links for you so that they're easily accessible for you. Thank you.
Thanks.